Like it starts with, I shall follow you back.
Yeah, they're like, what? What's he talking about? I
Like,
follow
is he a
your
stalker?
path. Oh, I could say hi to BFAB. Or I can just say, hi, BFAB.
I would love to be TikTok famous, but Blaze, you got this first. You're going to pop off. And I'm like, Blaze, give me a shout out. You'll be like, nah, dude, I have 100,000 followers on TikTok. Never.
I don't think I'll ever get that.
You never know. You're popping around.
It's closing down in 2 days, according to the government. So.
Oh, never mind. Well, your career is now. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Good while it lasted, right? So as soon as we start to see people show up in the chat, we will go ahead and go around the room and find out what everybody's working on. And welcome to PBN on Twitch. Big Bucket Nation. And my pink bucket is full of parts, or I would show it. So, yeah.
I am not cool enough to rock a pink bucket yet, so I have not reached that level.
But all you have to do is believe. Hey, Brickfella, we got Brickfella in the chat. So they're starting to trickle in. Everybody will eventually be here. And then I will say we are going to raid someone when the stream is over, because that's what we always do. Raid! I'm not afraid.
So for like Twitch, I think you're a partner, right? Are you a Twitch partner? Are you allowed to talk
about that? I'm an affiliate.
Okay.
Not a partner yet. So basically, I'm monetized, so I get money when people donate bits, or if you subscribe to my channel, I get paid for that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't get paid the big bucks like the partners do.
And they take like 50%, right?
Yeah. So basically, if you subscribe, it's $5. I get $2.50 of it.
Come on, Twitch. Now, what are you doing?
It's September, and if you subscribe not on a phone, you can't do a phone because mobile gets their cut. But if you do it on your PC, then you subscribe. It's only $4 this month, and I still get the full $2.50. So.
Interesting. I think I'm still sub, but like at this point, like my card always for some reason it always cancels it. Like I think I unsubbed to everybody else. I still think I'm subbed to you. I'll have to look at that again. If not, I shall resub. It's never intentional. It's just
if you can use my emotes in the chat, then you're still subbed.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad is here.
I'm on my phone, so I'm just I can't tell.
TikTok famous. We got Brad here.
Hello. All right, just want to fit some stuff here.
All right, so right now, still in the chat, we're looking at Dude Jude and Brickfella. Dude Jude says hello to Canadian Papa Bear.
Hello.
And then once I see a few more, there we go. That number's jumping up a little bit now. Then we'll start doing the introductions for everybody.
1 second, gotta do a little promotion here on Instagram.
Sure. Promote away, sir. Promote away.
All about the promo life.
Dude Jude says hello to BFAB.
Hey, Dude Jude.
Sort with your inside voice.
It's not me this time.
It was me.
Hey,
sorry.
Moto, what's going on?
Moto.
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
All right, so we're starting. Everybody's showing up, so we're going to start around the circle. Just everybody say hi and say what you're doing. So we're going to start right here with in the bottom corner, Mr. Chris Fazoom.
What's up?
What's going on? What you working on? What you got going?
Have my baby Papa Bear with me.
As always.
I was going to ask.
I'm going to set him aside. So built a few things in the Lego room this weekend. Mark Sandlin, also known as Fleebnort, came over and we hung out and everything's good to hang out. So he got this from a guy named Reddish Lego or whatever on Instagram. And so he copied it, and then I copied his copy and did it my own way. So it's a cool little speeder bike, which is neat. Kind of neat. So I stole that and rebuilt it. So I did give credit. And then I stole this.
Hey.
because Old Gray Bricks needed its own mascot. So
Dang, I like it.
this is the Old Gray Brick. What the heck is going on? You kids, get off my base plate. So anyway, so he is made out of Old Gray Bricks, except for his joints, which old people need their joints replaced anyway. So those are new. And so I have finished the hull and 95% of the greebling on the big ship. So I'll give it a whoosh.
Damn.
Here's the front view, looking down the main thing there. So
very impressive.
there it is, and there are the engines in the back. So
did you design that, or was that one of the things you said you stole?
Actually, I stole. I got. There was some concept art that I borrowed. I need to find the. I can't figure out the signature on the little picture to then find the person who drew it. So this is a reasonable facsimile, not a direct copy of that guy's stuff. So
okay, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Thank you. And what I'm going to
That
do,
looks amazing.
I have made it so I can pull like the deck out of it, the top deck. So, and then I can pull the panels off for access for play, and because that's what I wanted to do as a kid. And so now what I'm going to do is do interiors on all this space here. So I'm making little bunk beds and all that kind of jazz. I'm going to do all the interior work probably tonight. So
That is awesome.
that's what's up.
So Ralph says, imagine that used on stop motion and a green screen.
That would be
Moto
awesome.
suggests to use TinEye or TineEye to reverse image search. And Juan says, hello.
Hello.
All right, so next we're going to move right on over to Mr. Canadian Papa Bear. Oh, no!
Sorry, step off for a second.
That's
Come
fancy.
right for us.
Hey, so I'm continuing on with my sorting as usual on Sundays here, just working through getting these things separated and whatnot. So I had to make sure I wasn't Tiny Canadian Papa Bear. I don't want to copy him. So
No copying.
yeah.
And then, of course,
Finished at Brickhead's Baby Yoda.
brother from another.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I built those on stream today.
What have you got going on, Mr. B-Fab?
Just chilling in my car because I just got home and hanging out with y'all. So
I mean, you can go in the house. You don't have to stay in the house.
oh, that's a good
unless
point.
you're not allowed in your house. I don't know.
No, it just sounds better. Hooked up, just chilling, and hooked up to the car, just chilling
What?
and listening to y'all while talking.
The sound system. I got you.
He's hotboxing in there.
And then we also have Bricking Up Brad. So
What's
some
up?
of you out there may or may not know Brad.
Yeah.
I discovered Brad over on TikTok and invited him to be a part of our community over here. And he also has a YouTube channel and Twitch and all that good stuff. So
Yep.
what have you got going on tonight, Brad?
I actually picked this up today at Barnes & Noble. It's only $20, so that wasn't a bad deal.
That's a good one.
I wasn't even planning on buying a Lego set today, and then I found this. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Can't really get that for that cheap these days. Just won the Fantastic Beasts set. Really like the stagecoach because I'm going to make it into a Western stagecoach after this. But yeah, that's what I got going on today.
Yep, I had to get that just for the Demon Horse thing. Gotta have a Demon Horse.
I know. I wanted the Thestral. The Thestral will grow great with some of the other creatures I've been collecting recently.
And then me, myself, and I will be building this Wonder Woman 84 set.
Wonder Woman.
Ooh, nice.
So we
In
gonna
case you don't know who Brick Blaze is, now Brick Blaze is the leader. Now Bricksmith is getting fired. Brick Blaze is the leader of the Pink Bucket Nation, and he's hosting today's stream.
I am the leader of the AWO, the AFAL World Order.
And
Pink
he's the
Bucket
leader of
Nation
that
will
too.
always and forever be Bricksmith. I may be second in command tonight, but he's definitely still in charge.
We're gonna fire him without him noticing. So
So,
You're
plot
fired.
foiled.
Moto says, welcome, Brad.
Hello, hello. I mean, I was Legoing up Brad last time, but taking your guys' advice, I switched to bricking up Brad.
Yeah. Anything that's you're going to get big with, you don't want to have Lego in the title. They will.
Yeah, no, you're right. Lego,
not
they
gonna
just,
come get
you
you.
know. I know back in the day, Lego used to go after people with, Lego in their name. I don't know if they do that as much anymore, but I know, like, they used to send out, I think, cease and desist letters. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure I've had a few people, or I know a few people that have had that happen to them. So
I'm going to quote you on
that's my clickbait video I'm going to make tomorrow. Lego sends cease and desist.
Yeah, I was like wondering what they do. Like, they can't really sue you. I'm guessing you get like a warning or something if you have it. But
I mean,
I'm in deep trouble then.
I guess they could. Are they going to? No. I mean, if they did, that'd be very petty. Like, oh yeah, Lego sues 5-year-old kid after having Lego in his account or something like.
Hey, but if that 5-year-old kid is making money like that Ryan's Toy World or whatever, then yes, they will.
True. I mean, I know,
like,
the big thing too is if you're selling a T-shirt that says, like, let's say it's saying Legoing up Brad on it, then that's technically making money off of their slogan. Like, so.
Yep, and I completely understand that.
Yeah.
I get
Lego
it.
though. Lego's very protective about certain things, though. Like, I know, like, when I applied to the Lego Ambassador Network, now I think they were just throwing out this excuse. They're like, yeah, you have the minifig in your logo. We can't have that happen. So, yeah, we're not accepting you. That's one of the reasons. And you don't have enough reach in the AFOL community. I'm like, wait a second. It sounds like a lot of people's messages they got. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So Lego seems to be very protective about that. And so I reached out to Kim when he used to work for Lego. Unfortunately, he's no longer with Lego. And he's like, yeah, if you change that, you'll get in. I'm like, yay. And then goodbye, Kim. So, yeah. Bad timing.
Were you brother from another Lego?
No, it's just the minifig in my thumbnail. And I don't have enough reach in the AFL community. I'm like, what? But life, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I've seen some channels that, and this might be, maybe their YouTube channel is small, but maybe they have reach in other communities. But I've seen some people that seem to be a smaller channel still like get free stuff from Lego. I'm like,
yeah.
How do you know people?
I feel like some of those people are lying too, just so they get more like credit. In the
I don't think a lot of people have a reason to lie. Like, I've seen I've
seen the packages they open.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's this Ninjago kid.
That stuff comes from like Warner Brothers, not Lego.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, creepy clowns? Welcome to the show.
Well, there's this kid that
we are
blew
doing
up,
the Pink Bucket Nation stream for Bricksmith. He was sick and couldn't do his show, so I am doing the show for him.
There was a kid that blew up. He had a decent following on Instagram, and then he had a really small YouTube channel, and Lego sent him all the Ninjago sets early, and he did the reviews, and now he's a bigger YouTuber. I'm trying to remember his name, but I'm totally like pulling a blank right now. But I'm just like, yeah, Lego seems to be very interesting on who they choose. Like, there's people who have smaller followings that, like, really, really small followings that have made it into the Lego Ambassador Network, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. So,
it could also be like
placed.
Will that person kind of screw us over? Like, are they kind of the following they have and the like imprint they've created on the internet, are they trustworthy enough?
I mean, I think that at the end of the day, I think Legos is trying to look for people who are unique, right? So, like, if you were the only person in Scotland that applied for the land, you have a very likely chance of getting in there, even if you are a smaller creator. Like, if a female were to apply to the land right now, I think the female would very likely get in because of being a female, and Lego is trying to find that niche category, and not like they don't want the same people. Like, they don't want 20, they don't want like 10 20-year-old kids applying to the land that all kind of have the same like content, because they already have one, right? Like, that's kind of what Lego's looking for. They're trying to look for something unique, and I think that's what they're going for. So
yeah, and they're also looking, how you're, a different demographic in your audience, maybe too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I feel like that's the reason I probably couldn't get the Lego grant if I wanted to. Like, my content isn't exactly always wholesome.
Yeah, while I don't necessarily go out of my way to be vulgar and offensive, it does occasionally happen. So
Exactly.
the fact that I don't stop it from happening means that I'm not a person that they will want to affiliate with.
Exactly.
Yeah, my content, I throw in a lot of jokes that if you're an adult, you'll understand it. If you're a kid, if you do understand it, you'll get a little traumatized.
If you do understand that you have bad parents.
See, I do fine with my Lego content right up until somebody donates bits. Then that alert comes up, and it's like, nope, not family friendly anymore.
Well, I mean, most of you haven't watched my content, but I do relatable, I guess you could call it, videos about Lego collectors. And a lot of times I threaten to beat up kids with a wooden block. So it's like...
That might be a problem. Yeah.
I think
purely as a joke for them just touching my Legos, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Papa Bear. The last time I donated bits to you was just because I wanted to hear that GIF again.
Yeah, people do that just because they want to hear it. So
somebody donated it. I'm like, did that just say what I think it said? I'm like, I'm gonna donate some bits that.
I think a lot of my Lego content crosses the line just because I try to kind of garner a new audience. Like I've talked about sex, I've talked about I've talked about that type of stuff in my Lego videos. I've crossed lines where like people like just for humor, right? Like it's nothing is meant by it, but like, it's fun. Like people like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that in a video. And I'm like, yeah.
What is it? Bonquifa? Is she family friendly?
Bonquifa, she's currently dead, but is she family? I think Bonquifa's family friendly. I think a lot of my content, like just my jokes in general, like they will go over a kid's head a lot of the time, but like an adult will totally get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I said, I don't. What do you consider these streams, Blaze?
My show is generally P13.
Okay, then I made a very disgusting joke, and only 2 people caught on to it, and I'm just like, oh my god! I'm just like, I'm glad more people didn't, because the second I put up the video, I'm like, why did I say that? That's so inappropriate.
I kind of had the same thing happen. I was talking about, because I talk about also like Star Wars and Harry Potter content a little bit on my and I talked about this Harry Potter thing that I thought was kind of messed up, and only a few people in my comments got it, and I was like, I forget how young my audience is.
Well, and then you run that risk too of you get the people that are like, well, you've got kids watching, you got to watch what you say. So that's why like my channel is my Twitch channel. It says if you're showing up here for the first time, it should have the notification that says the creator is letting you know that this channel may contain adult content, because I want everybody to know that maybe some kids are going to follow me, but if we're playing Grand Theft Auto, all bets are off to the language that may come out of the game and me.
Yeah. I think for me, I stopped trying to appeal to kids. I think like even though Lego in general does appeal to kids, it's like for me it's like kids have worse humor than me. Like kids will go first. Like I have a 17-year-old little brother, and he's told me some stuff, and I'm like, wait a second, kids your age talk about that stuff? And I'm like, I'm a 21-year-old man, and you're talking worse than me. And that's when I kind of thought to myself, with the whole like YouTube like not made for kids thing, I'm like, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go further than I should. And when YouTube says this is made for kids, I'm like, are you kidding me? Did you not hear that joke that I just said?
Yeah. You hear the kids?
I mean,
Just
the
get
other
rid of
thing
all
too
the kids.
is you want to be genuine. Like you don't want to be a fake content creator, if you know what I mean. Like you don't want to be creating content and it's just like it's not you. Because I have done that in the past and it's ruined my content. So
if you're not passionate about it, it's going to show. Yeah,
exactly. And if you're just not yourself, like I try not to swear in a lot of stuff like that on my videos, but word does slip in here and there. I mean, they probably heard worse at school, but like, I don't want to be that one person who they learned everything from. Like,
true.
But I also am trying to be genuine when I do it.
For me, it's like my genuine self is non-filtered. My genuine self is me joking about inappropriate things. The thing is, like, I think there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like on this stream, I'm not going to cross the line and say some really screwed up joke. Now, if I'm on another stream, I might cross the line and not give a crap about what I say. But it's all about like you kind of have to read the room and like know who you're hanging around. Like for me, like on a Hive stream, like I have no issue saying whatever I think, you know. But I'm on this stream and I'm going to keep it very just PG because that's how I am, you know.
Well, and technically, this isn't my stream. This is Julian's stream, so we should keep it a little better than I would.
You just gotta read the room, you know.
Now tomorrow night, the show will be on my channel here again, and it's my show, and we do what we want. Although Bricksmith's name is still in the title. But yes, Flazoom, what do you think?
I think I dropped these pieces on the ground. Me personally, I keep it PG-13. That's for me. But if I'm playing in your backyard, is your rule. I don't, you know, I have no right to it. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Lego will want to keep it as non-controversial as ever because the thing that Lego cares about the most is the brand.
Yeah,
they protect that brand, and rightfully so. It's their brand, and it's what they make their money on. So they don't want anything to damage their brand. So they will be the sticklers for protecting that brand pretty much at all costs. And that has positives and negatives and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So my content will always be PG-13 just because of who I am. So
yeah, and that is 100% fine.
Yeah.
And okay, nothing wrong with that.
And that is very important too.
Do what?
I'm saying if you want to work with Lego, it's very good not to stay controversial. So I mean, I don't talk about anything political. Like if I'm ever on a stream or stuff, I just stay away from that because I understand like it's not going to look good for you if you start going on some ridiculous, political view.
Right. It's not the time, the place, and a lot of times it's not a hill to die on either. So
exactly.
Yeah. There's a Instagram account, and we lost somebody. Bye, BFab.
Bye, BFab. Leave.
Yeah, he dropped out. There's an Instagram account, and I'm not gonna say the name, just because if anybody wants to know, I'll tell them in private. But he does Lego comics, but they're mostly they're very dirty. Let's put it that way. And it's generally a stormtrooper that is caught looking at porn or something like that.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but
I don't know.
I laugh every single time. It's like, and then it's just clever, kind of the way he uses some parts for parts. Let's put.
Well, back in the day, there was a group of Lego fans that they did something called Bonktron, is what they called it, and basically they were making genitalia out of and making them into spaceships and things like that and everything. It's like, okay, that's your deal. That's not mine, and that's kind of weird. So I'm out. But Lego, I'm like, if not that everybody wants to or needs to, but if you guys want to do anything with Lego or have Lego have anything officially do with you, you're out. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, and I've been Lego ambassador. I've signed my NDAs before and did the stuff like that.
Doc wants a raffle,
and you got to keep your nose clean and all that kind of stuff. So, it's just part of life.
That is why I'm very careful about what I say about Lego right now, because I'm actually technically pending for a Lego job at one of their stores. So,
you know what though? I will tell you this: even at the retail level, and we know because we know somebody who was in worked for Lego for 12 years. They're going to want you to stop doing your YouTube channel and TikTok videos and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, yeah, as of the way that things were back in the day. Now, if they've changed, that would be beneficial for you. But
yeah.
I would almost be willing to say that they have not changed. And the only reason I say that, hello, Commander Talon. The only reason I say that they probably haven't is because there is somebody else that I've invited to be on our stream multiple times. And he's always says, yeah, I'll be there. And then, never can. And it occurs to me he works at a Lego store, and that might be why he's not.
Yeah.
We have a Lego employee or two that are in our club, our lug, and they just really lay low about it. The store manager knows and is cool and doesn't rat them out or anything like that, but which is awesome. But yeah, they pretty much lay low. They don't participate that much and everything, which I don't think that's fair. But you want your job, you keep your job. I mean,
well, yeah, in my job, we're almost encouraged to, we're encouraged. Hey, get out there, play the game, play it, let people know how it is. That encourages sales, right? So
yeah. Which is kind of interesting for Lego, because if you build, you talk about the product, and people come to your store and recognize you, then they're gonna know that you know what you're talking about. But it can also go the other way. If people don't like what you're saying about Lego products, it can go badly for you. So I do understand that side of it.
But you can also do. I would assume too that like showing off a mock or something could be. Look what you can do.
Yeah,
I am amazed all the time when I see just mocks, and I'm just like, I did not even know that was possible. I play with this stuff. I build this stuff. I didn't know that was possible. Like that ship that Fazoom just showed.
I'll be honest, that bashes all my hopes and dreams. That ships. I can't make anything that good.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Oh yeah, and Fazoom is great at building. And in there in the chat, Moto_Lego. You'll definitely want to go to follow him on all social platforms, and you'll give up the hobby. Basically, you're going to see what Moto builds, and you're going to be like, I can never ever compete. I'm done. Throwing in the towel right now.
Maybe I shouldn't follow his stuff then.
It's very inspirational, that's for sure. Nice. Commander Talon's going to get the Razor Crest soon. Mine came in the other day, but I haven't built it yet. Ralph says that's why I stopped.
What's up, Commander Talon? I know he's from my side of TikTok, so thank you for coming out.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So I know that if you don't follow him, Mark Sandlin, Fleebnork is on Instagram.
Oh.
He's and everything.
You can forward him the email if you want.
Oh, sure. Anyway, he got his Razor Crest and he started doing improvements to it, not getting way outside the box, but covering up some crappy parts and he added the vac tube bathroom in it. And
wait, what was the name again?
Is that Fleebnork? FLEEDNORK. I'll actually.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure I have that picture saved. Because I'm pretty sure I saw that and was like, "Oh, that's awesome improvements. I got to do that."
Right.
Oh no, that was Scuffy Brickreader. Never mind, it's a different person.
Yeah, let me forward this.
Yeah. He may be here in just a moment. He could show you in person his Razor Crest. The custom child carriage, nice. That would be cool.
That is my biggest thing right now. I have been trying to find a really good child carriage, and there aren't. I have to say it. There aren't many great ones out there on YouTube and stuff. I've been looking through Instagram recently, but I found a few decent ones, but not too many great ones.
Yeah. But anyway, there's something about the rear. I don't know if I want to get it or not, or I want to attempt one on my own, just because I'm like, you guys could have thrown about 10, 15 more bricks in this area, and you would have taken it to a much more satisfying level for somebody like me. They did build it really nice and solid for a kid to play with, all that kind of stuff. I get it, but it needed a little more love on some of the details.
I can understand that.
See, and I think that comes from a mock builder's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and because you're creative, your mind works a little different. Like me, I looked at that set, I'm like, that's freaking awesome.
I have a child's heart.
What the show looks like, it's great. I want it. So it's everybody views things through a different eye.
Right. No, and I get it, but it's like the laser gun on the side. It's like that's a big deal, and they kind of wimped out on it. One of the things Mark did is in the cockpit, he added more computers and something that represented with a little knob on it, because the kid get it, because that's big in the show. One of the main sets is that cockpit,
Yeah, he pulls
computers everywhere, and they put like one tile in there. There's computer right there. So I don't know. It needed a little more love.
There you go, Brad. Moto
Speaking
put
of, like,
Steve Nork's Instagram account down there.
Okay.
I mean, what button is the little baby Yoda going to push the whole time?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And play whatever song is annoying. Yeah, that could be the best meme ever, by the way.
Oh yeah, my favorite one is like Baby Metal. He just wants to listen to metal, and it's like Slayer playing.
Slayer.
Speaking of Mandalorian sets, have you guys seen the 2021 release wave? Like the what am I trying to say
another
here?
Mandalorian vehicle allegedly coming.
Yep. Which actually, I have a theory about that one. It's either gonna be from the season 2, or it's gonna be one of the creatures that Mandalorian rides with. Dejan rides with their Ugnaught, which I'm really hoping it is.
No, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
I like.
And
that.
then we could get like an Ugnaught, and how many pieces from looks of it, you could, maybe do an Ugnaught, a speeder bike with a scout trooper and another stormtrooper, and it'd be a great set. Like,
yeah, that's
Commander Talon. Vader's Castle is a great set. I love that one so much.
one of the things about the Razor Crest he and I were talking was that they put an escape pod in the top. What if it's a spoiler or if it's not? But that's about $1.50, $2 worth of bricks they put in there when they could have just put a plate over that and made the roof and put a speeder bike for the scout trooper. That would have been great. Or added another scout trooper, or put in something. But that escape pod, it didn't even have glass in it, so I don't know.
Yeah, the buildable, the brickhead child.
Yeah.
That I see up on Papa Bear's screen.
Yep.
The riders are ahead of us on this one, and we'll cook our brains.
When I was building this thing, you know what I thought of? You could totally convert this a little bit and make Frieza's pod and put Frieza in it from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure, I know what that is, but anyway.
That would be cool, too.
I got that reference.
You got the reference, yay!
Oh, wow, that's looking really cool.
All right. FYI, normally we would do shooty time afterwards. That's going to be... I'll probably... Either we'll just keep this show rolling for another hour, or maybe I'll play another game. We'll let everybody that's watching in the chat and stuff decide what they want me to do. Because the crew will not be available to play this evening. Unless Ralph wants to shoot it up. It'd be me and Ralph running duos.
Well, I mean, I'm available.
Oh, yes. The Papa Bear. Okay. Well, shooty time will happen then. We got 3 of us.
I also did pick up Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can't play Tony Hawk together yet, not until an update happens.
Yeah.
They're going to make an update so that we could play free skate like together.
I tell you, back in the day, I used to be able to play that game just fine and do great at it. And like, I loaded up, I'm like, wow, I can maybe get like 10K, 15K, or maybe 20 if I push really hard. Game seems a lot harder.
In the warehouse level, yeah, Julian and I were comparing scores last night, and his top score was like 30-something thousand, 40-something thousand, with his top combo being like 19,000. My top combo was 340,000, and my top score was like 375. Yeah,
did something change, or is it? I just remembered it differently, or
it's just getting back into swing of things. It took me a few minutes before I'm like, okay, I got this back. I got it now, and then I'm like not even far from the best. You look at the top players, and they're like in the millions every single time.
Jeez. Because I see the thing like, score 100K on this level as one of the things, so you can unlock the next level. I'm like, I'm not even hitting 10.
It'll take a try or two. Yeah,
I did figure out last night, like when I'm jumping, push more than one button while I'm up in the air.
We were playing last night, and Julian's in and going to bed. And he's like, "What's Papa Bear still doing online?" Oh, he's playing Tony Hawk.
Yep.
And at first I thought you were streaming it, but you were just playing.
Yeah, just depending on what time it was. Well, probably it was when I was watching a movie with some friends, and then I just I had that on at the same time. So
Yeah, because I think I saw a Discord message about watching the movie, so that's probably what it was. Restricted private. The favorite sets is the UCS Slave 1. Yeah, that one is awesome. I don't have that, but I got a friend that's got it.
I'm saving up for the 20th anniversary one right now. I got the Razor Crest, and I was like, I have to fill out the Bounty Hunter collection.
So cool because it's got a handle that folds up underneath it, so the ship can sit down, or you can pull the handle up and then you can fly it around.
Really?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Is that the no? That's a UHC one, right? Sorry, you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a beauty.
I'm getting a few extra side work this week just to make the money for it. But I made a little Bounty Hunter shelf, and I was like, if I'm gonna fill this out correctly, I just need the Slave 1 and the Razor Crest, and that's all I need.
And Django's Slave 1.
Which we've only ever gotten one of those, right? Now that I think about it.
Should take the anniversary instructions and then recolor it as Django's.
It's true.
Yeah, back in the day, I had the opportunity to buy like a bunch of the Django Fett Slave 1 on like clearance at $10 a pop. I mean, honestly, and I got a couple, but I didn't buy the stack of like 10. And then 5 years later, the Django Fett himself was selling for $100 a piece on BrickLink, and I'm like, anyway. So that was forever. It was like what 15 years before they made another Django Fett. It seemed like so.
Yeah, they did the one that came with Obi-Wan ship and like the ring.
Yeah,
they did one with him, and then they did the one which I was really surprised they did this. They did the cheap one with the tank from the Battle of Geonosis.
The one that I always kick myself about is back when I was in my dark ages for Lego. I was working downtown, and there was a toy shop near my work. And I walked in one day, and they had it. I saw the original Lego Millennium Falcon UCS set. And I was like, "Ooh, I'd almost buy that." I think I forget what the MSRP on that was. It was probably like $300 or $400. And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll go buy that." And then I never did. And then like years later, seeing it going for like $5K and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh man."
I don't have the original UCS Falcon, but I have the original Falcon.
Oh, nice.
The very first one they put out with the big giant panels that made the roof up.
Yeah.
It was $100 set. That my box, the box is kind of beat up and damaged because it was in the clearance aisle at Walmart, so it was already beat up. And then I did some more damage to it over the years. But the box says I paid $50 for it, but that's incorrect because I actually paid $25 for it.
Nice.
My set, one of my Grail sets that I would like to get sealed if possible, but I don't necessarily need it sealed. Eventually, I'll buy one, maybe just used. Is Pre-Vizsla's Starfighter.
Oh my gosh, yes. I just want Pre-Vizsla. I looked into getting him for a while, but he is, like billions of dollars. More than I was willing to put into a minifigure, that's for sure.
I say the same thing about why I should have bought stocks when Amazon and places were in the $20 well before the 2000s. Same reaction as Fazoom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that's right, Moto. I remember you showing that before. That nice X-Wing fighter sealed. That's awesome.
Speaking of the X-Wing, that's another one we're getting a set of, the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, which I know that the reason that they're doing it is because the last time they had put out an X-Wing, it was selling for like $90. And of course there's the Resistance one, but those are still on shelves, so people weren't like buying them. So I mean, the original X-Wing is about that many pieces that they're saying that it's going to be this time. So I don't think it should be too bad. Like everyone's saying it's gonna be awful, but I'm probably gonna pick one up if it looks pretty decent.
I have the first X-Wing fighter as well, and it doesn't look near as detailed or cool as the ones they put out today,
No.
but it's not a terrible set at all.
No, my siblings. So my siblings. Fazoom, by the way, you're muted. Just
Sorry, me and the dog both had to go out and pee.
Yo,
so we're
you're
back.
all good. You started talking, so I wanted to make sure that you knew that. My siblings had the original Naboo Starfighters, original Snowspeeder, TIE Fighter, X-Wing, a bunch of those, and they were good sets. Like they weren't as detailed, but they were still good sets, and I'd still buy one of them today. Like.
Yeah, I remember Toys R Us was going out of business. This is like 2001, 2002, something like that, and they clearance out everything. So I got a few of the original X-Wing fighter for like $7-8 a piece, and I was just getting them for parts. I just wanted the slopes and all those parts in gray, which we didn't have a lot of, since the classic space days. So I bought them for parts and used them for parts and everything. And now I'm like, if I'd have kept those together, I could fund my kid, college career or whatever. So
Yeah.
You never know.
Check.
Yeah, you never know. That's just it.
I mean,
Never
I have
know.
minifigures right now that I know people would, give their arm and leg for. Like, I have a bunch of clone troopers, and I know people would buy those off me, like, in a snap of a finger. Like,
Yeah, they would. And I'm not. I if I have minifigs somebody wants, I'll sell them. I mean, usually I don't sell a lot of Lego, but I have sold minifigs a lot just because if you want minifigs, go have at them. I'm not that specific minifigs. I really don't care anything about. Now, classic space dudes, I like them because they're classic space dudes. So. But yeah, I don't mind selling minifigs at all. So,
I mean, that varies Lego collector to Lego collector too, because like I'm a minifigure collector as well as a set collector, so I like the minifigs. It's the same thing. So,
right.
Moto, that's the one I'm talking about. 7140 is actually a pretty good set considering when it came out.
original.
Yeah, it's nowhere near
Yeah.
today, but that is not a terrible set at all.
Yeah, but they
could
didn't
make a
have.
set.
They didn't have curved slope. There weren't even hardly any snot pieces, and click hinges were invented for Star Wars. So yeah, that was a day where it was a little more rudimentary and everything. You didn't have all that stuff. So for what it was in the day, it was very Lego-y. It was very 80s Lego, 90s Lego, becoming Star Wars,
And I love it.
and I love it. Yeah, right.
They
My
sat on
thing
top
here,
of my
though-
television for forever. The Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing fighter and all the sets I had were on top of our TV stand in the living room, and it was great.
That's right, Moto. So fight us. No way.
The thing I'm going to say about it, though, is people are saying, oh, this next wave of X-Wings and TIE Fighters are going to suck because of the price drop and how many pieces we get. If it's around, I'm quickly checking right now. If it's around the same amount of pieces, like for the X-Wing, they could do something that is very similar to what we originally got, but much more detailed and still not use a ton of pieces. It just means it'll be a bit smaller, that's for sure, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem.
Well,
Like-
they need to not worry about anything else but the fighter. Don't put an extra couple of pilots in. Don't put a little ground vehicle in. Just put the fighter in there and make it cheap. Because I remember 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, you know what? Jake needs an X-Wing and a
Commander
TIE
Talon.
fighter for Christmas. And I'm like, I don't want us to drop
You know what?
$150 to get an X-Wing and a TIE fighter when I can remember getting a decent X-Wing and a TIE fighter for $50. And I'm like, no, not happening. So
And that's my dilemma right now, because I brought the Rogue One and both Rogue One Y-Wing and U-Wing, because I love the sets and I love the
right.
Rogue
I
One
do too.
movies. And I got them for pretty decent prices, in my opinion. And I want an X-Wing, because I have an A-Wing too. I mean, it's a green resistance A-Wing, and it's really cool looking. And I just want like a nice X-Wing to go with it that's not resistant. And I'd love a TIE fighter, as well. And so I was gonna be after the wave we
what's up,
just had.
Twin Triggers. Now I'm screwing your name up.
after the wave we just had, I was gonna get some, but I didn't want to. Like, it's over $100 for a decent X-wing these days. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't have any of the new X-wing at all. I do have Jack 14 Starfighter, which resembles an X-wing a little bit. But
okay, so we got 250 parts for the original X-wing, and that even came with a little vehicle.
yeah, it's like a little repair crew thing.
Yeah,
It's like
which
three-
actually I kind of like those little vehicles, but I'd rather
Yeah.
keep a good set.
It's a little pilot transport, like they showed them taking them out to the X-wings or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we got one of those with the Y-wing, except it had the crane on it. And I'd love one still, but if I get a good X-wing without it, I'd be perfectly fine.
I mean, I do agree with you, Moto. Some of the sets have
Yeah,
not aged as well, but I don't know. There's for me, and it's just growing up with that stuff. I kind of have it has a certain charm to it that I enjoy. Like
I
everybody
agree.
complaining about Bob Bomb not being round. Everybody's not round. I'm like, I like it though. It has
Yeah.
it's a Lego.
but
It looks Lego to me,
Lego's
and I
not
like it.
really round. So.
I enjoy it.
So we're supposed to get about. Oh, come on! I just had this screenshotted.
And guess what? That's the beauty of this. We can all have differing opinions of the same product and still enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know,
You could be wrong. No.
there's people out there that they only like trains and nothing else, and they don't like Star Wars or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can do that. There's people that like Ninjago and don't like anything else. There's somebody that likes space and nothing else. You know, everybody can like something different.
Yeah,
There's
those space
people out
guys are
there-
crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a gentleman, and I believe his name is Nate, and he essentially mocks Duplo. Like he builds Duplo mocks that are stuff that you would build with Lego.
Little Canadian Papa Bear, you need to apologize for that. I'm sorry, eh? Okay, there we go.
So quick thing. Sorry, I was gonna finish my little rant here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're perfect. No, you guys are perfectly fine. I don't mean to just keep jumping back like to topics. But the X-wing we're getting right now is supposed to be about 474 pieces, which is double of what we got last time. So my opinion, we can get a good X-wing, and the TIE Fighter's basically the same thing. So, which is 432.
So I hadn't seen I'm not up with the news. So what's going on?
We're getting a TIE Fighter and X-wing. The TIE Fighter is going to be $40. X-wing's going to be $50.
Is this
The
tied
X-
to the game?
Huh?
Is this tied to the Squadrons game coming out or whatever?
It actually could be, and I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't think about that, but that's probably a good point.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I got that game pre-ordered. I'm so excited to play it in VR. It's going to be incredible.
that Steam card right there is going to go right towards that. I was originally saving it for Lego Star Wars, but it's going to be about a year, so. Which I'm perfectly fine for them making sets for the games. We've had it happen before, and they've actually been pretty decent. And this way, I actually get my own X-wing and TIE Fighter. But people have been saying how crap it's going to be because of how cheap they are. But as I was just saying to him, like it's going to be double the pieces of the original, and with the pieces we can get now, it will definitely be better than the 10 plus X-wing we got real recently. That was like super, the $20 X-wing that was for kids. And then
Hey, that Junior's X or that Junior's TIE Fighter though, I liked that. I liked the wing pieces that were like one solid piece.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't
I thought
bad.
That was pretty good.
But if we can get something between that and the good one that everyone wants, I'll be perfectly fine.
I'm sorry. For
Agreed.
Yeah,
Space.
That's great.
This is the set that actually got me out of my Dark Ages. Somebody gifted me this set.
Oh, that's
See?
awesome.
See how awesome space is?
Yeah. And then I couldn't pass up getting Benny.
Oh, is that a Lego movie?
Yeah, it's from the second one.
Ah,
Yeah,
I would
that's,
have totally gotten the first one, but I was, I didn't realize it existed at the time until it was too late.
yeah, that was one of the. I have that set. That was one of the few like junior sets I have. Is that Lego Movie 2 one? And I got it just because it had that blue window with the space thing.
The space
wow,
love right
that's
here.
awesome.
Heck
Space love.
yeah. Space love.
I love space, eh?
Oh, looks like he went outside without his space helmet on. He's like, oh, get your ass to Mars.
Also, I finished this, $20 set. So no. I really like this vehicle though. Really well built.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good set.
Let's get
I
this.
of course tore it down because
Yeah.
I really just wanted the.
I just
was a
added
fun
my
build.
few extra minifigures I had here from the Fantastic Beast poly bags.
So what I'd really like to do is go. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go to Bricklink maybe and buy several of the Thestrals, and then I want to build. I had this idea like a long time ago, and now that I'm gonna put it out there, somebody else is gonna do it first because that's always what happens. But I wanted to do Krampus sleigh being pulled by Thestrals.
I ate Taco Bell. I had the Krampus a little while ago.
I was at Barnes and Nobles today, which I'm never at, but someone recommended that they had some like older sets, and so I saw that one. This one here, there was the Fantastic Beast set where it's like the briefcase, but like bigger.
I missed out on that one.
That one, there was that one, and then there was the last year's Harry Potter Advent Calendar. There's a bunch more sets but they weren't really interesting to me. There's some like Ninjago and Minecraft ones, but those were pretty good. I wasn't even planning on buying Legos today, and I went there and I was like, "Damn it, I can't find this anywhere else."
No. Don't expect you're not buying Lego when you're at the store because you're going to buy Lego. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Brick Blaze. So I was missing a sticker from the Stranger Things set. So I contacted Lego, and their response was to send me 2 full sticker sheets.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even need anything from.
How are you missing this one sticker? Did it just come off the sheet?
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, not like it was missing off the sheet, like and I'm like, I don't know where it was, kind of thing. It's the same one that's on. It's the missing poster. It's like one of the last stickers you have to put on. So they put on the tree, and I'm like, I only have the one. Where's the other one? Kind of thing. And I looked at the other sheet, and it's not on there. And I'm like, okay. So, So they sent me both, and I'm like, oh, now what do I do with the other one? Should I be trying to put this online for somebody else? Or?
You could sell that on Bricklink, or you could.
Yeah. Would people buy the one that's missing one sticker, or
maybe because they might have every other ones except that.
Because maybe they had a set get damaged, and one of the other stickers is damaged, but not the one that's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
One of my friends had that exact same luck, except it was with the 501st Battle Pack. He got 2 of the second bags and only 1 of the first ones. So he got some extra. They sent him a number 1 bag, but he was able to get 2 walkers and a couple extra troopers out of it.
Wow.
There was a I'm trying to remember the Fantastic Bricks. I haven't seen them around in a while, so I don't know if they still do anything. But they posted on their Instagram. They had bought a whole bunch, like 10 or 15 of the very first Hulkbuster set. Bought them all in clearance at like Walmart and stuff. Every single one of them had 2 Hulk figs in it.
Holy crap.
The Hulk big figs, 2 of them in every one that they got at that one store. So the factory was messing up that day.
There are times I hear these stories and I'm like, when will I be that lucky?
Yeah, right?
Just get like 2 minifigures of something. Like I
I
wouldn't even sell it. I would just keep it. Like
I had the opposite luck. Like I've only ever been missing 1 piece. Out of all the times I bought Lego, only 1 time.
my most frustrating. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
The Killer Croc's truck from the Lego Batman movie set. And it was the one unique piece out of there that I couldn't even grab. It was the 8-ball shifter for the truck. So, of course, I emailed Lego, and I'm like, hey, I'm missing this piece. And then they're like, okay, well, that piece is on back order, but we will get it to you. And then just randomly it showed up the blue one day. I wasn't even expecting it because they didn't, after they said it was on back order, I was expecting I'm going to have to wait a while. But no, it showed up like a week later.
Oh, that's not bad.
Just a package from Lego. Inside was one of the big thicker brick bags, and it's just that one little 8-ball shifter down at the bottom.
I had the worst luck. I was right after the Rogue One movie. The Rogue One, I think it was like the Rogue One Advent Calendar. And I bought it because I was super excited. I'd only ever gotten one before. I was excited to start opening it up each day. Every minifigure and every good piece had been taken out of it. And someone had just taken those out and returned it to Walmart. And it was the last one. I couldn't even get the set again. Like I returned it, I got my money back, and I went looking for it at every Walmart and Target around the area. Couldn't find it. I was so mad.
All right,
Like,
So I take that back. I forgot there was. So that's a set that I tried to build here. There were 2 other occasions where parts were missing. One was I bought the set with Deadpool in it, in the helicopter, and then when I got home, I opened it up to build it, and all the minifigs were gone. So I returned that to Walmart, and it was literally the only one on the shelf. And I was working there at the time, and they're like, "Well, did you take them?" I'm like, "No, I didn't take them."
you would have returned it.
The other customer to their face, or are you just accusing me? All right, Moto, have a good night. Thanks for stopping.
Moto.
So luckily, I they didn't have any more. I returned it, but I was able to find that set later somewhere, so I do have it. And then the other time was there was a set in the back on clearance. They just sat in the back of the store for forever, and the toy manager's like, "I'm going to leave that there. If you want it, get it one day." And then it went to clearance, and it was the Vampire Castle from Monster Fighters, and it went to $50. So I bought it, and as soon as I got to the car, I was like, "You know what? I'm going to check this because, I mean, who knows?" And I opened it up, and sure enough, all the minifigs were gone from that set too.
One of my friends had the exact same thing happen to him, but it was the Battle of Endor. When that came out, the Endor base, they got it for Christmas when we were like pretty young at the time. They opened it up one day to take the minifigures because they're gonna make the set later, and all the minifigures were gone.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it is.
You'll notice that Lego now kind of spread. I mean, and they'll spread the minifigs out among the bag.
I have noticed that,
and they do. That's the main reason, I think. But check this out. Talking about the king of all scams with Lego was this, and this is how. And the way we found out about it was pretty interesting. The Lego store will give the lugs like their overage brick, or sometimes when a set is returned, instead of and they can't resell it or something, they just dump it in some bins, and then they divide those parts out as gift bags to the lug. At least ours do. So, and then our lug uses them as prizes or thanks for participating kind of gifts. So all of us got these bags of this from our ambassador, Dana, and we got home and somebody said, "Hey, this Technic part looks weird." We were all excited because they were parts from the Bugatti Veyron. The Technic went in our bags, right? And we're like, cool. And I had the little brake thing. I'm like, I got to make a radar dish out of that. So, but I set them aside, and then somebody else said, "Yeah, there's something weird about the Technic." And so I started sorting it out, and all the Technic is clone. Okay, now this is from the Lego store, and there's clone in the bag. And then I figured out what happened. Some guy bought the Bugatti from the Lego store, right? Then went and bought one of the cheap ones online, the fakes for a quarter of the price. He kept the real Lego. He restuffed the fake Lego back in the box and returned it to the Lego store and got all his money back. So he got a real Bugatti Veyron at knockoff price. And then we ended up with the fake Lego that we had to sort out and burn. Anyway, so that was, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm like, that is genius level scam right there. I mean, I don't approve of it, but hey.
I mean, anything like that, I never approve of. When people are trying to scam other Lego stuff. But I do applaud his
chutzpah.
Yeah.
See, I collect a lot of Transformers and stuff, and in that world, there's a lot of toy swapping going on at stores. So you got to be careful sometimes to, like you go, I'll go pick up this figure. It's like, no, that's not the right figure in the box. Usually at a Walmart or something like that. So,
well, that one guy who finally got busted and put in jail, he was getting the $100 expensive Millennium Falcon and swapping the tags with the $10 mini Millennium Falcon, swapping the tags and going through the Walmart scanner, and it scanned Millennium Falcon, right? And he would walk out the door with hundreds of dollars of Lego for $5, and then was putting them on Bricklink. So, but he got nailed and busted hard.
Just like the guy
I got lucky and got somebody was, I guess, attempting to scam or something, and then I got lucky and was the recipient of it. And didn't even realize it, right? I was in until I got outside and started looking closer. Like I was at Target, and they had the the Jungle. Remember they did the Jungle series of the city stuff?
Yeah.
And so it was the set with the crashed plane and the whole works
Yeah.
in the truck. The $130 set of the Wave. Well, it was just up on the shelf by itself, and I looked because I know if I see a set that seems out of place, I look and see if it has a spot on the modular. And I'm like, oh, it didn't, so this must be a return or something because it didn't have a spot on the mod. And I took it over and I just scanned the barcode on the scanner and it rang up $17. I'm like, hell yeah. So I went right up to the pro store. I was like, I need to buy this, please. So I got out in the car and I was just looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. And I was getting ready to like snap a picture and send it to Bricksmith. And then I noticed like the barcode, there was a sticker over the barcode. And I was like, it was a sticker of a barcode stuck over the barcode for the set.
Oh my.
So the set, somebody had put a cheaper set's barcode onto that set. So it rang up as Lego for $17. And I was like, I don't know why they didn't grab it while they were there or if they were hiding it to come back later. But I was like, well, screw them. I got their deal.
I mean,
it's like when I got that Hulkbuster set that I was or not Hulkbuster, but the Red Hulk versus Green Hulk one that I was telling you about, where the price on the shelf was wrong, but when he got up to the till, it rang up. But in Canada, if that happens, they have to honor the lower price, and they have to give you like $10 or some like 10% difference, whatever's lesser kind of thing off of the price as well. So I got it for like instead of $60, like for $30 less another 10.
That's awesome.
You Canadians.
That too.
Yep.
Yeah, it very much could have been an employee, Ralph. You might be right. Yep, they had to wait to be off the clock. Well, too bad. I got it.
could you imagine if that was an employee? He comes back around and is like, oh
my
no.
God.
All right. So I know
I have Bricklink or BrickSeek to see if there's any other targets in the area that had it for that price. They're all saying $130.
So I know of back in the day that all Walmarts got the full run of everything and you could get good clearance. This is the early 2000s, and I lived in a small town, so it was easy to get clearance. But I know a guy who would find a set that was on clearance because you'd have like a week, it would be 25, then 50, then 75. He would find the Lego and he would take it and he would hide it on another aisle. And then when the computer had knocked it down a couple of more percentage points, then he would go buy it.
Yeah. I may have done that a couple of times. And I had a friend who would do that too. Because you know what he would do? We'd find a set he wants. He's like, at Target, well, this is only 75% off. And let's see. Oh, this set will slide right behind the Lego display that they have on here of the the big glass display cases. And he comes back in a couple of weeks and it's marked down cheaper. Let me check it out and see. Slide it out of its hiding spot. Go scan it. Nope. Put it back in there and check later.
and he's the type of person that does the thing where now you go purchase something. You're like, oh, you check store stock. They've got one in stock. I'll go down there and get it. You get there. Where is it? Can't find it.
It's hidden somewhere. Well, folks, we have hit our hour mark for this show. So, as usual, we're going to select a raid target.
If you need a suggestion, I got somebody that's brick building right now.
Oh yeah, who's brick building?
Grim Makers.
Yeah, he sure is. So we're gonna raid Grim Makers.
I mean, those displays at Target. I've been actually seeing a bunch of those up on like Facebook marketplaces and stuff like that, or people buying them. Like because I know I have a friend who works at Target and he says they're supposed to smash those things like with a sledgehammer after they're done with them. And somehow a couple of them have gotten out into circulation recently.
Well, when I worked at Walmart, they used to auction them off for like Children's Miracle Network, so you could take them home. And I bought one and thought that, I didn't realize they were all glued together. We were able to salvage a few pieces out of it, but I just felt good knowing that I saved a little girl from having a horrible Christmas because I was competing with someone else who's going to buy it for their niece for Christmas.
I mean, it would be cool just to have one of those in the displays, like the light up ones where you got to push a button. Like,
so here's the deal: we're raiding Grim Makers, but before we go, we got several things to mention real quick. So number one, we will be doing shooty time here in about a half hour, right back here on this Twitch channel, so everybody watching can come show up for shooty time. Tomorrow, brick time, right here on this channel, 8 p.m. Central, just like usual. And then Tuesday night, FWL stream for my birthday. So be there for that to see some beatdowns. I hear there may be a cage match and probably a ladder match as well.
Nice.
So it is going to be fun time. So thank you guys very much for watching here. I hope Julian's feeling better, and we'll see you over on Grimacre's channel.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, little tiny Canadian Papa Bear.
See ya, A.
Hey.
Oh, I'm getting a raid. Woohoo!